Testing. Okay, let's try that again. That didn't exactly go live. Testing 2. Alright, that's a lot better. Hey, Daniel. Happy still 4th. So let's see, what are we doing today? Well, I work at 9 a.m., so I'm not going to stay up too late, but I'm still working on trying to figure out my menu. So we're going to come back in here because while I was at my brother's earlier, I found out that now when I was using Claude before, I was not able to talk to Claude on my phone. They were using a different agent. But today, on my phone, instead of using the app, I went on Firefox and went here, and I was able to talk to this new agent. It's just a runway agent. He's not called Claude or any of that. But I was able to get into this session, and because I had some, I was thinking of something, and I'm like, man, I need to jot that down. I need to message myself or something. So I want to make. I need to make a point that I need people to pre-book and rebook and come back within a certain amount of time, so I can keep the damn chair full. And make it a point to people, look, if you want to book me, I don't have that much time. You need to get your place. You need to say you want a certain time or week, so I make sure I ask you. The sooner you actually say you want something, the better, because if you just mark it as interested, well, first come, first serve is still going to apply. But I was thinking, and I'm like, all right, so I said, making a note for my thoughts. Regarding my color and foil menu, it's not about how many foils or bowls of color. It's about a first visit price and then a pre-booked or follow-up visit being less if done within a certain time frame. If I am working on my own work, it's less. Now, after a certain time frame, and he mentioned, what was it? So what time frame am I thinking? Are you thinking 6 to 8 weeks? And I'm like, well, experience told me that my clients, over the 8 years that I was doing stuff in that salon, my regulars were coming about every 3rd month. They had longer hair for the most part. The stuff would fade a little bit and wash out, but they'd be back, and there'd be enough left over that I'd have some new roots to work with, but whether I overlapped or colored the rest didn't really matter too much. Either way it would get, refreshed color or refreshed highlight or a blend of the two. But it's just I need to make it a point that I'm looking for people that want that. if you want a discount, you have to be a repeat loyal customer. Not you get it cheap today and see if you like my work. Because today you're already getting cheaper than a lot of people. Hell, I just saw a quote, some video where the lady's like talking about, it was like I don't know if it was a role play or an actual customer in her chair, but the customer is like wanting just color, like a root touch up color and a haircut, and the stylist is quoting her $185 because she's got 12 years experience. And she wasn't going to budge on that. If I could make $185 on just touching up somebody's roots, I would quit the grocery store in a heartbeat. Problem is, you don't get a lot of those people because they'll sit at home and retouch their own damn roots. Everybody is like, either they've got the gray and they're blending the gray constantly, or coloring it, or they're doing their own. Oh, I didn't turn the camera on yet. I'm sorry, I didn't. Alright, let's try this again. I came home and I asked him. Or no. I was on my phone and I asked him. Making a note for my thing, blah, blah, blah. And then he said, first visit, full price. You're learning the hair, starting from scratch on the formula. More time, more assessment, more unknowns. 125 to 150 depending on service. Pre-booked or return within a time frame. Less. You know the hair already. The formula is on file. Less guesswork. Less time correcting someone else's work. Rewards loyalty and consistency. Keeps your chair filled on a predictable schedule. Maintaining your own work. The most efficient appointment you can have. No surprises, no corrections, no starting over. You built it. You know exactly what it needs. So the pricing tiers essentially become new guests, full price, returning within X weeks, seconds price, maintaining your work, still keeping that food menu theme, seconds, first and seconds, and dessert, and loyal client rate. The foil count and bowl count become irrelevant to the client. They just know that showing up consistently costs them less, which is exactly the behavior you want to reward. Yes. Just get in the chair. Just get in the chair, you get lower. Me getting somebody that's not going to keep showing up ain't helping me. One and done is nice for that day, but it does nothing for my confidence as far as my budget. I mean, I every 3 weeks, or every 3 months, that's 4 visits a year. If we just keep everybody on a schedule, I can get some money. Think about this. If I had 4 people a week at $100 each, that's $400 a week. My rent's only $230. I'm making money. So I think that's what my goal should be. My goal should be to start them at, and I think I want my prices to be in increments of 20s. Possibly. the thing with having menus where if they're going to pay me cash, then I have to have cash to make change. Or if they're going to give me a tip and want change, then I have to have singles. I have to have, you know, and it's like I haven't had cash on me in like 2 years. You know, you know, you know. It just I'll have to get some, but it's like you go to the ATM, all you get are 20s. So you still have to go somewhere to get the damn actual change. And at least at the salon, if somebody was there, somebody might have been able to make some change. The pizza place was not open till 3, so I couldn't just go there. You know, it just. But yeah, at the same time, I don't want to be keeping cash in the studio. So then I'd have to have a box of cash or something in the car at all times, or keep it in my wallet at least. But or just keep my tip money piled up until I've got X amount, and then it's like I gotta keep like $50 worth of change on me at all time, just in case. See, I want to try, as much as I want to say like a value menu. I don't want to. I don't want to sound like it's the dollar menu or the value menu. Um, I don't want to have to. I have tried so many different things over the years. I really have. Like, hey, the fact that you all are in the group is like a group discount. I just need more of you coming. Well, that don't necessarily work. And I'm not doing those Groupon things because that I've heard things about that. I feel like I'm running behind. I've got to get this menu. I got to get an advertisement going. It's like I'm looking at my schedule, and this week is kind of screwed up as it is because I've already got one person booked, but it's one of them. Well, we're 11 o'clock right now. If something changes, we can go earlier. Blah blah blah. If somebody else wants something, and it's nice, but I really, nobody's got me on Saturday yet, and until it's great. I've got Thursday at 11 booked. I've got nothing else for the week, and then groceries making it hard because I'm working 9 to 5 tomorrow on Sunday. It's too late for me to advertise that. I can't go to the color store tomorrow because they're not open. They're only open like 12 to 4. I don't have my color yet. It's like, and then was it, I think Wednesday I'm also working, or Tuesday? I don't know, whatever day it is I'm working till not like 9 to 5 again. Well, okay, but then I'd have to hurry up and get to the store because they close by 6:30. Or whatever day I'm going in at 12. I think I got two 12:30s this week or something like that. Or 10. I start at 10 on. Wait, what am I doing today? Do I even know what the hell I'm starting today? I mean, tomorrow. Okay. Sunday and Tuesday are 9 to 5. Monday and Wednesday are 10:30 to 6:30. So already I know that pretty much, well, Sunday I can't do anything because it won't be open either way. Monday I'd have to go before. Wednesday I'd have to go before. Tuesday I could go, but I'd have to, I mean, it's not that far away. I mean, but it's still, I got to hurry up and get in there, get whatever I'm getting. Hopefully they've got the stuff. It's like, I just want to order a big bundle of it and get it delivered. But I don't want to order a bundle only to get something else in the damn bundle like that Ohio guy would do to me. I guess, another thing that really bugs me is when they have like every month or every other month, they've got like the Stylist Appreciation Day sale. And it's like a Sunday and a Monday. Well, I don't think that starts until the 13th or what is it? The 12th and 13th. Okay, well, that's great, but I've got a person on Thursday. I don't know what she wants yet. If I get more people for this week, I need to know what I'm doing for them so I go buy the stuff. Because I don't have my supplies yet. In the meantime, I'm trying to work out this damn menu. Last time around, I gave myself like 3 weeks to do all this stuff. Ended up costing me, but last time around I didn't do the first appointment until the 26th. So I could have gotten a few appointments in and perhaps had those people back again in December. It's like right now I don't know for sure what I'm doing on Thursday. If it turns out to just be a cut, then who knows what I'm. What did we actually book? Okay, so she's actually wanting cut, color, and highlight. So that's good. That's good. Now I've been doing her hair for years, so I know what she used to like. Now it's 11 o'clock at night right now, so I'm not going to bother her. But even though it says she's on. I need to do this menu. And I'm. I mean, it just feels like I'm focusing on negative right now, and I don't want to feel that way. And at the same time, I'm being scared. my freaking Facebook is filled with freaking Brad Mondo crap. Getting a little tired of it. Oh man, that's funny. Folks, I've been like this for 12 years. Even while at the salon, trying to figure things out, it's always like this. How do I get more people in? What do I advertise? Do I really want to do I really want to say that? Do I really want to advertise that? Oh, I come up with the perfect thing and I post it and nobody responds. And I splash it across like 20 different Facebook groups and I feel like I'm spamming and I'm going to get kicked out of the damn groups. So, oh, it's that guy posting again. Oh, that guy's posting again. You know, and it just. Oh, he sounds desperate. Yeah. the hell to do. Oh, I'm just peachy. um, I just holding myself back. Numbers, you know? It's numbers. Until I actually write one down, I'm not going to know what I want. Now, I very rarely have anybody get just a root color. I think I should just. I think I'm just gonna plunk $80 on that. It's simple. I get some money. I'm not going crazy on that. And even with that, if they come back, I could even do 60. But I gotta stop having these. I can't keep taking pity on everybody and being like $20 and $40 just because they could do a box color. Yeah, exactly. And I've been the cheap guy for 12 years. The 8 years I was in the salon, I was the cheap guy, and I can't afford to do that. You know, I mean, at $230 a week, I don't have the time to get 6 people in the chair. I only got 2 days off. I can't guarantee that I'm going to get 6 people in the chair at $40. So, and then if there's a mix of those and the ones wanting the things that take longer and blah, 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 but I need the simple menu to start off with, and then if people start coming, then start playing the games with calling it fancy food menu things, or I don't know, or maybe I can find a happy medium, but I've got to get this figured out, at least temporarily. The problem is, once you put up a price and then you go changing it, you're like, well, you just said it was that last time. I'm not a coupon. I do not like when people think I'm a coupon. You get the coupon people, all they're looking for is a person with a coupon. So once you say you don't have a coupon anymore, they look for the next person with a coupon. And just like I said, I'm not looking for one and done people. It'll fill my chair, it'll fill my pocket, but they don't help me in the middle of the winter when I need somebody that wants their hair done because they're due. You know, if they come in November to get done before Thanksgiving, there's a good chance I'm going to see them January or February. You know, it's funny because I know lots of people online. They just all live somewhere other than Michigan. You know, because there's all them people from the long hair forums and everything from the past 26 years. You know, I know people around the world that would get on a plane and come see me. I can't afford to buy the plane yet. Yeah. Well, the only place I've ever flown was Salt Lake City. Back in 1998, New Year's for 98, 99. That's, you know, that was when I got on my plane. But I didn't do hair then because I didn't start talking about doing hair until the following year online. That's when I became Purple Bubba, or at least used Purple Bubba for the hair stuff, and then kept being just plain Bubba for other things. But yeah, I flew to Salt Lake City to see my buddy from the chat room, Marie, and her. She had 6 daughters, but only the youngest were with her, and we'd be bopping around Salt Lake. Her daughters had either a CD or a tape of Backstreet Boys. And then the one day she drove me all the way over to West Wendover in Nevada. So I've been to Nevada too. That's the furthest west I've been, is West Wendover. Just far enough to go over there and stop at the Burger King and go to the casino there, the Rainbow or whatever it's called. Saw the Tree of Utah and or whatever that thing's called, the thing by the Bonneville. And the was like a salt there that looks like the Taj Mahal. Went to the first KFC, the Harmon KFC, before they rebuilt it. And they had a buffet in there, so I had the KFC buffet at the first KFC. Because it wasn't called KFC until that one. You know, there was no reason to call anything in Kentucky Fried Chicken. That was the Sanders Cafe. I've been there too. I've been to Corbin, Kentucky, to the first KFC, to the Sanders Cafe, where at one point he had a gas station and a hotel, along with, he was famous for selling, he had a little cafe there at the gas station. He was famous for his ham breakfast first, before he started making the chicken. Because it took forever to make the chicken. You know, people just stopping to get chicken, they couldn't wait long enough for, the usual way of cooking chicken, in a cast iron skillet and stuff like that. It wasn't until he figured out using the pressure cooker to fry it. And then, so that was summer of 98. I went to Corbin, Kentucky on my way to Georgia. Then I flew to Salt Lake in December of 98. Then in 2000, on my way to Nashville, I stopped in Louisville on the way back home at the actual KFC headquarters that has a museum there. So, anyway. Just happened to be in those towns. You know, what the funny part was, I didn't know I didn't know anything about Corbin, Kentucky. I was driving through Kentucky on my way to Georgia to stay at the house of my other friends from online. And I'm just like, as a joke, you know what? I think I'm going to get some KFC in Kentucky. And so I stopped at the KFC location that was like the next exit south. And it was just a normal KFC. Bought chicken, took it to my hotel room. But along that route, I saw a sign saying something about the original KFC, Sanders Cafe, blah, 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 somewhere in Kentucky, not realizing that I have my hotel room in Corbin. And when I went for a drive in Corbin, I passed by the damn thing. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in the town? So I already had the chicken, you know, like a bucket of chicken from the other one. So on my way back, since I was staying at that hotel again, then I waited the next day till it opened at like 10 a.m. or whatever and got just a little bit of chicken just to say I could eat there and get pictures. Yeah. And then it was like, oh, I didn't realize I didn't plan the trip to Salt Lake to go there. It just happened that after seeing the like seeing the biography episode or something again, or looking it up online or whatever, I'm like, oh, hey, that's there. So I got on the bus and went up the road to it. Anyway, menu. Um, I gotta do this. No, let's close that. While I'm thinking about it here. Let's try. You know what? Actually, wait a minute. Well, yeah, here I made it in here. We worked over it over time. Let's see. These were the first ones he did. He had a little scissor thing here, but the thing was on the wrong spot of, it's not, you know, it's like, it's obvious that it's the wrong kind of scissor. And then this was okay, but it's too dark. And And then I'm trying to get him to fix it, and he didn't quite get it fixed. And then we did this, and I'm like, you know what? I need a comb over here. So I said, make me a generic highlighting comb. And then I picked out the purple one. Okay, now have him doing this. And then I uploaded the my edited version. I used to be known as I'm still known as Positive Beauty, but I'm saying that Hearts, Haircuts, and Highlights is a Positive Beauty salon. That's Now I didn't make this old logo. One of my clients drew it for me. But the problem is on my shirt, when I look at this logo on my shirt, nobody can read the word beauty. It's like they can see B and TY, Positive Betty, like, so it's like nobody has ever asked me anything about my shirt wearing the damn thing. So it ain't helping me when I wear it. Even when I added the words hair care underneath it, it's still, it's just not working. And I need something that gets right to the point, that says haircuts and highlights, because that's what I want to do. And no, I did not ask for a logo this time. I just want the words using the text. Please only give me the text, because this costs me money. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. I won't give you any baby food. Oh, wait, that's RoboCop. Come on, how complicated is this? I just wanted the 2 words. I could have used the other text by now. Close enough. I'm not sure if it's purple or not, but I didn't ask for it. Now the only other change I would make is if I asked, can you make the hair color be different hair colors, and then the highlights be like shades of blonde? problem is I have to do that, because otherwise it would screw up the one I'm working on. Really? You just gonna do that to me? Alright, anyway, let's get rid of this so we're... because this is on the other one anyway. I think being willing to be in a video or help me with social media should let there be a discount. You know, something that, you know, let me go live and do something. Let me interview you at least. Get me a review. But I can't necessarily... I don't want to do that on the first visit, though. There's too many times when somebody has had a good visit, said they were happy, and then I drove all the way home the 15 to 20 miles, and then they said something. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'll get you an adjustment if they're going to let me. I don't use the word fix anymore. I don't fix my work, I adjust it. You know, unless I've actually broke your hair off, I didn't break it. It don't need fixing unless it's broke off. And by then, well, that's broke off. You know. Now I don't remember anybody that I actually broke their hair off, unless they're, you know, for the most part, the people that had hair breaking were the ones that already had it just about breaking when they sat in my chair. And, you know, that's why I use Olaplex and I don't charge for it. You know, if you're going to sit in my chair, we're going to do what's best to try to not have your hair break. Whether you're paying for it or not, it's going in the damn color. Or the bleach. You know, I'll swallow the $200 cost of buying it. If it means... Okay, look, unless we're going to play the damn truck game, let's just stop that crap. A while before we play the trucking game anyway. Not in the mood for a trucking game lately. Not since we're doing this. Alright, let's get some numbers on here that I can see. Let's just get numbers on here. So, the max I said was 150. So there's 140. And then there's so what's it worth to me? I know if I had 4 people in 1 week giving me $80, I'd be okay. That gives me $80. Well, 3 people and I've got the rent. So everything, and the next person after that, no matter what they're giving me, is worth it. Right now, I've only got 1 person booked this week. So I'm not, I'm not charging $230, so I'm not getting the rent right now. Now, if we go in increments of 20, because when you start talking, you're taking away $20 at a time. That really, that would add up to somebody. Now, I said that 150 is going to be my max, but that doesn't mean I have anything even priced with that right now. I mean, I've never charged anybody more than that for anything. I've never been a foil counter. I just want to put the stuff in a bowl, and I just want to do. I don't want to charge based on my art. If I got time to put some more foils in, I put them in. If I got enough stuff in the bowl and there's still some room to put stuff in, I put some in. If I feel like I want to add some more and I don't have stuff in the bowl, I'll mix a little more. But just, I don't like charging based on stuff like that, because I'm trying to make my art. I enjoy what I'm doing and I want to do it. It just gets a little tiring after a while because I'm a 300-pound guy and, I've never been fast at this stuff. And I'm standing on my feet and all that. But, I don't like the idea of charging per bowl. I don't want to charge per foil. I don't charge per bowl. But at the same time, if I said that something costs $140 and they're like, well, I only wanted a partial, you didn't have to use that many. You know, I mean, I think in a case like if they were just coming to me to get a few foils and they haven't been there before, maybe then I could be like, okay, well, it's 120 this time and 100 the next time if you keep maintaining it. And then $80 the next time, but not lower. Or something like that. Well, you did it. You dropped it 20 last time. Can't we go down to 60 this time? Or if they're coming back only so because I want this based on when they're coming back. So if they come back sooner, they get it for less. Now, I gotta be fair though. If somebody's just getting the highlights and not getting highs and lows or two colors or, you know, I don't want to charge them 140 for just one thing unless they're getting like a full, you know, if they're asking me for way lots of, you know, foils or something, maybe then I'd go full blown. Maybe. If they were adamant that they want a certain number of foils, and that's more than me just having fun. I don't know. I just don't want to have to start counting the foils. It's like, how come this time you gave me 20, and last time it seemed like you did 30, or last time you did 30, and now it's only 20, and now you want more, and I, you know, I hate when I argue, when I have these arguments and they aren't even happening. But I'm a doormat. People will walk all over me if I let them. I have a hard time saying no. I have you know, somebody always wants wants it cheaper. Can you come to my house? Can I buy the color? Can I, you know? What if my girlfriend cuts my hair, but you know, I know cuts are included, but if I don't want to cut, can I get it cheaper? I'm like, no, I was adding that on without charging you extra. The color still costs what the color costs. I'm not charging for the haircut. What if I don't blow dry? Well, I'm not charging extra for that anyway. Whether you get one or not, I'm not charging. I should at least be able to look, you know, we're going to at least blow dry a section so I can see if the color came out, because otherwise, you know, or it'd be like new clients, you don't have the option of refusing a blow dry. I'm at least going to dry the hair. Whether you want it styled or not, we're drying the hair. Because I'm not playing this, it looked different when I got home crap. close, but not quite the one I was looking for. I used to have one where she had like 20 different ones. I forget where I saved it to. See this? It's the same hair color, different lighting. Do you believe that? However, she better have gone like straight to these different lightings because nothing has changed about the hair. This curl is still curling the same way. This is not looking right. This is kind of reminding me of the people who did the whatever company that was with the pills a few years back, where they were claiming that it grows your hair in only a few weeks, and they're taking before and after pictures, but they're wearing the same shirt and their body position is exactly the same with a light switch next to them. It's like they have not moved at all from that light switch, and somehow their hair's grown. It's like, I can see that. This one, maybe it's a different lighting, but something seems a little too photocopy background thing. They might have done this with AI. I'm not sure I believe this one. That's what it ends up looking like for the ones that actually do it, but I'm not believing her. I had a better one that didn't look that way. That one she's got to do a better job of that because that looks more like you know what? Here, I'm gonna try to find it in my group because I know I posted it to my group. Or at least shared it to it. If I shared it to it, it's going to be harder to find because then I'd have to go through the comments. That'll take longer. It's funny because, I tried to post that as a point to my pain in the ass Elsa client that wanted white hair. And I'm like, look, there's the same hair on the same day, blah, 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 blah. And of course, pain in the ass Elsa's got to say, that one picture there, that's how I want my hair to look. I'm like, they're all the same hair. Do you not understand what I'm talking about? I've tried to tell you this. Your hair's not going to look like that everywhere. I have to deal with that. I'm just trying to explain it to you. Look, You're making my life a living hell when I'm trying to explain to you that, you're asking for a miracle and I don't work miracles. Okay, this is the one here. Come on, stop flashing and give me the picture. God damn it. Why you gotta be so damn difficult? No, we can't do it there. Alright, I'm gonna block you for 1 second. What's going on here? Oh, it's because I was messing around with that. Alright, 1 moment. I'm gonna block y'all because I gotta do something. I don't want you seeing my clients' names on my messenger. This one here. I've had this one for quite a few years now. Same hair. Same day. I didn't do this hair because a stylist that was showing pictures of her hair. Before the AI craze. They didn't have the AI going on back then. They had the, Photoshop filters and stuff like that, but they didn't have AI to change the backgrounds and all that. But here, it's like, okay, this is obvious. The hair here is curling out this way. It's not doing that somewhere else. The hair has been blown here. It doesn't look the same as those other pictures. But you can see, this is obvious. Different hair in different lighting. My Elsa blonde probably went, I want this hair. I'm like, do you see what I'm talking about, though? You know, this is what she's got. She just went to this room here. Or I gave her this, but you look like this in all the other places. You know, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to control that? Only one place is she going to look like Elsa. Trying to remember if I actually got her there. I mean, I did, but I'm trying to. I'm trying to remember if I have a picture of it. It was the first time I used Olaplex. Okay, that was around 2017, because I got back to the grocery store and was starting to make some money, so that was like Christmas of 17. Here she is. Yeah. So I was really close gone. She came on the December 23rd wearing her pajamas. Problem is she moved in after that she moved in at her grandma's house or whatever, and the water was terrible, and the shower head basically was putting copper right here all over her head, and not even the Malibu was getting that out. Let's see, who's this? Is this Stephanie? I don't remember. What day was this? December 28th of 17. Let me look at my go over here and look at Square. And see who I had that day. Pretty sure I was using Square back then. But then again, well, yeah, I think I started using the Square because I needed to be able to see my appointments on my phone without having to carry my book, my appointment book, with me into the grocery store. Or maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. When did I start? Or is it just not going back that far? Okay, I guess I didn't start using it until November of 18. And the book that would have Stephanie's appointments in it is at the salon right now, or the suite. Who's this? Is this Sean? Or is that Betty? I don't know. Hey, look, my Olaplex sitting there in the box. Stuff is freaking liquid gold. Hey, look, I went to the Great Clips class. Yeah, you did, didn't you? Yeah, and I got the certificate too. And I still have that. Okay, this is when I was working at the Meyer one. Oh, that's Nicole. That's my buddy Nicole. My long. She gave me so many frackin' referrals over the years. It's like if I ever had a best friend, that sat in my chair, her and Stephanie would surely be one. I mean, well, hey, they're the two I went to breakfast with that one day that I went to talk to the landlord, so or went to sign the landlord paperwork. And then Anne brought all of her family to me. Even when her sister would come from the west side of the state to town, then her and the cousins would be there. Would could come see me. You know, and she's still looking to get an appointment. Some of her kids are now grown, so I don't really. Um, it's like it'd be like, okay, well, who's going to the hair appointment and who's going to the movies? Oh, look, somebody could actually let me cut their hair. And it was the worst mistake of her life. She regretted it for the rest of her life and never let me touch her hair again. And she's wanting to book me. Oh, yeah. I got this. I got to get another one because I threw it out a couple of weeks ago when I was cleaning my room to try to please my brother. But I bought this over the chair thing to hold my mannequin heads. And then I decided, hey, I'm going to give it shoulders so when I put the cape on it, the mannequin's got shoulders. Because, when you go to cut somebody's hair, them shoulders are in the way. You got to work around that. And that's not a mannequin. Now, once again, I am not a scissor happy stylist. I am a trusted trimmer. If my client doesn't want me to trim their hair or doesn't need it styled any certain way, or they don't have to have it. I'm just as happy, my pictures may not look as smooth and styled as other people, but to me and my clients, that's what we agreed on. That's how it was. That's how it is. She was happy with what I did for her. So what else matters? Okay, that is the flap of the cape where the snaps are. That's what that is. I'm like, what the hell? Hey, look, This one grew her hair like that, and I didn't even use extensions. Yeah, I used to be an Avon man. I never rang anybody's doorbell, though. I was not going to go door to door ringing doorbells. And then, now this is at the other house that I lived at. And the cat's looking at the squirrel. And then this is at the salon, the squirrel looking at the door, looking through the window. Between here and the pizza place, these squirrels got fed. They didn't need to go across the road. Alright, get out of there. But yeah, this, she looks like she hasn't moved her head very much, and I'm not trusting this. Alrighty, you have a good day too. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, I'm not the greatest hair colorist in the world, but at the same time, I'm pretty much self-taught because every time I try to ask if a salon's hiring, it's like, sure, if you rent a chair. So I'm already renting a chair. Why do I need to come to your salon then? So I can't. It's like I can't get anywhere where I can actually learn anything that costs less than just going and getting my suite. I might as well just keep taking the lumps and do my own thing because, nobody seems to have any time for me. I had one that I was like, a couple of streams back where I was like showing the, hey, look, this one looks like a house. I'd love to get in there and this and that. And, so I'm already visiting the other one and trying to have this conversation with the one lady because she couldn't, she had to go to the doctor or something. And she's like, well, tell me a little bit more about yourself. So I told her the whole spiel about, I'm self-taught and I'd like to learn some things and I didn't get to learn because I never got to be a new stylist in a salon other than, renting on my own and doing my own thing and taking the lumps. So after all this, she's like, oh, well, I've already got 4 people that are building their clientele. I'm like, why the hell are you even answering my post if you don't have time for me at all? What did you just want an assistant? You should have said something. Like, I need a chair. I need to be behind a damn chair so I get my few clients in and then try to build again. It's over in the UK. In the yucky? No, I didn't say it was yucky. I am so tempted to. I wish I wish people weren't so damn. How about I don't even say that? I'd like to make this like be a different hair colors, but then it'll be obvious that I AI'd it or something. Whatever, like it really freaking matters at this point. Do you really think it matters? Do you really think it matters? You're already doing this shit. I swear, I should just call this $230 and say this is project hair. If you're booking me for project hair, you're booking both of my days off that week, and I mean, or both of my salon days, and we're working it out. It's $230 or $200. You know, I don't mind. I don't mind when the project is something I can actually do. I just need time for it. But I don't want to deal with the pains in the asses that are going to complain, and when I was doing things cheaper and they'd still want to complain about something. Because they didn't want to listen to me. Try to tell them that, hey, this is not something that's going to get done in 4 hours. And then they got people bitching at them on their phone. What? You're still there? I'm home and hungry. You were gonna get me food and this and that. And what? Your arms fucking broke? Go get something and put it in the fucking microwave, you asshole. Apologize for the language, but hey. That's what I wish I could have said at that time. I needed some glue from the store. I didn't know you were gonna. I was gonna have you get some glue on the way home, but now the stores are gonna be closed, and you didn't get glue, and I'm hungry, and I thought you were gonna get food, and I didn't get. Just fucking. And they're not even a couple. It's the roommate. They might have used to been a couple before, but they're not a couple anymore. He's somebody that lives there and pays to rent the place. And I gotta listen to this shit. Trying to making me feel guilty because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and not rushing through a project, and I'm trying to remove her color and remove this and do this and then bleach it so that I can make her fucking blue hair. That's why I'm not doing those this time. I don't, I'm not even gonna. I don't even want to mention Project Hair this time. It's really simple. If somebody is asking me in the message or something, I might do something, but I'm be like, look, I don't want to use this as my advertisement because then more people will ask for it, and I don't want to do this. The money is not worth my aggravation. And here it is, how many years later, and that's still bothering me. It's not even the person in the chair talking to me. They're talking to the person in the chair and making me feel like a piece of shit. You know, I don't need people making me feel like a piece of shit. It's been happening to me all my damn life. I ain't gonna do it. You know, you're not doing it to me when I'm trying to do my job. You know, you want to make me feel like a piece of shit? Throw garbage at me at the grocery store or something, where it's supposed to happen, where I can't fight back. Anyway, I'm gonna go get my coffee warmed up. I'll try and come back and collect my thoughts on this because I at least see something here with this now that I've wrote this down. I think I can work with this. We're going to put a 60 on here. I might do a 60. And again, I might not. Because here's the thing. That means I'm getting 120 bucks out of them. Which is the same 120 bucks I'm going to get out of somebody who's coming for stuff every 3 months. So if I get them less than 2 months, I'm getting 120 bucks out of them. And they're going to come more often. Or yeah. Okay, 140. Full foil or several foils of alternating color or follow-up visits more than 12 weeks apart. And I think that's really fair. I think that's fair. I want to see you within 3 weeks, 3 months. I want to see you within 3 months. Now things happen, and if we've got the thing happen, and all of a sudden it's winter, and for some reason we both have to cancel, and it happens at week 14, and I'm not gonna. If somebody's being loyal, I'm not gonna screw them over. Okay. This is a partial foil. Less foils. I don't know. Here, let's do this. Because I need to break this up. Because this is going to get confusing now. Because now we got to get into that whole, what's a partial? What's a this? How many foils? Well, two different people have different amounts of hair. 10 foils on one person is going to look like nothing compared to doing it on the other person. You know, so if I said, oh, you get 7 to 15 foils, it depends on the person what that's going to do for them. Or how thick I have to make them, or if I got to do a back-to-back just to get a chunky one, or... Write the number. Write the number. Okay. 120. All right. Now you said full foil, right? Yeah. Now, since I'm not trying to do the project hairs, I should that full foil is not about making rainbow hair. Maybe I'll try making some silver hair or something in the blonde range, but no more rainbow hair. No more. Because I'm sick of it. I don't know what it's just my karma doesn't let me get that to work out right. They don't stay in, and you have to wash the hair in cold water, and I'm not doing it. I can't guarantee the person's going to go home and use ice cold water on that stuff. And you can't shampoo it. There's not a color safe shampoo for that. And if they're wanting multiple different colors, I can't just give them, say, oh, buy this red shampoo to keep your hair red, because they got green and rainbow and, you know, you can't just shampoo that a certain color. There's no way to keep that. And I can't redo it. You know, I can't guarantee that when I go to retouch that, if you got a pink next to a green, I can make the pink ones that fade a green possibly, but going the other way ain't gonna work out so much. You know, you're gonna end up with like a brown muddy color. You know, the fact that pink and green cancel each other out is going to make brown. Or mud, or beige, or... I don't want to deal with it. You know, and then the worst part is when it's a kid involved. I don't want to do stuff to a kid that might wash out and look ugly, because they have to go to school. And then there's other kids that are going to want to tease that kid. Oh, look, you got your hair done at Kmart. You know, I'd never want to be that. I never want to be something where some kid's going to get teased because of something I did to him. You know, like, oh, the kid might love it, but the other kids are cruel. They'll find the flaws. Oh, where'd you get this done? Now, I don't know if that's ever happened, but I don't want it to happen. Maybe my work on that stuff was always better than I thought it was, but still, it looked like crap to me. I wasn't happy with it. I don't want to do it. Now, I was scrolling through there, and we had the pictures of Alicia and her Harley Quinn hair. But at least that time, I could just put her hair in the frickin' ponytails and just color them that way without them getting involved with each other. I could just comb on them tails, and if I accidentally went a little too high on it, oops, okay, I made more blue. I just had to make sure that I wasn't touching the pink side with a blue glove and vice versa. I hate that. I hate doing those colors. I hate it. I do not enjoy my job when I do them. And I'm calling it a job. It makes it feel like a job, and I'm not happy with it. I do not want hairdressing to feel like a job. It should not feel like a job. If you're going to ask for something that's going to make it feel like I'm doing a job, I don't want you in my chair. Because I'm definitely getting too old to feel that way. I don't have as much time as other stylists. And again, for all I know, I could be living to 100 and I've got 50 more years. But I don't know how long I can be able to stand. I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows how much time they have left. But I don't know. Anyway, figure out my language. Option 1. Option 2. A return visit of Option 1. I'll just call it partial somehow. Like, if I'm going to say partial, then I got to say... Because here's the thing. If I say 15 foils, well, now there's one lady that's doing, that I want to try, where she's just going straight up like this with her foils. But even that, if she puts in 5 foils on each side, we're already at 10. That means I can only do 5 for the rest of the head. Well, I might be putting 1 on each hairline, and then 1 back here. Well, now we're up to 13. 2 foils on top ain't get... Well, then again, it would have to be like 2 foils in the front for the bangs. Because if we're going to go like this all the way to the part line, that's one thing. But I still got to get something in the back here. So it's... I got to get the point across that I'm talking about not all the hair in a foil. That's the difficult part. Because when I say several, well, what's several? I got to do at least 20 foils, period, on that. If I'm alternating, well, okay, well, every hair is going in a foil, unless I'm leaving a buffer. But even then, I'm still going to have several foils, whether it's blonde or color, in each one. And then there's this. And I just missed where I saw one time Fantastic Sam's had a special for 7 foils. Wow, 7 foils. Like, what are we even foiling? I mean, it's like, okay, 2 on each side, and you're up to 4 already. 3 up here. Did you get 1 in the bangs? Are you going to do some sort of like wagon wheel thing up here? Is that how you're going to get 7 done? Alright, I'll be right back. I made a pot of coffee while I was in there. I'm going to go get some of that fresh coffee taste. Um, okay, I think this is what's tripping me up here. Because I said the word several. And that's not what I want to say. Full foil of all highlights of all or a combo of lights and darks. I think that'll, instead of worrying about how many lights and darks, it's just a combo. It could be 3, it could be 2, but the fact is, I'm alternating the foils. I'm altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. Maybe if I go to do somebody's hair and I count the foils and there's like less than 20 foils, maybe then I'll be like, okay, I'm only gonna charge you for the 120 or something, you know? Full foil of all highlights or a combo of lights and darks. First visit or follow-up visits more than 12 weeks apart. Full foil or all no, you know what? You know what? I need to get this because A full foil of all highlights is going to leave hair out. Take the words full foil out, because that's something different. Full foil is every hair in a foil, including this middle area here, where if I'm doing a highlight or a combo, you're kind of supposed to leave this middle area alone, because especially if you're doing highlights, you don't want to fill in all of this middle darker hair. You want the contrast. When you're making bleached hair, when you bleach hair, it becomes hollow hair. You can see through it. So you don't want all this in here to be bleached, or you're just going to have one big mass of blonde and not highs and lows and contrast. You know, instead of being highlighted, they're going to be blonde. You don't want that. You have to have the darker hair in here. So, all right, let's undo this. Let's just all highlights or a combo of lights and darks. Let's just adjust that like that. And then we'll put in full foil, all hair lightened. Do it. I don't want to be this guy anymore. I don't want to make their hair completely blonde. Can I just write things I don't want to do but will do for certain people? No, because then the wrong people will think that they're the certain people. Can I write the hidden menu? No, because then the wrong people will want to see the hidden menu. Maybe I just write full blonding service not available. Option 1. I'll just call it a partial. If it's truly a partial, I will. That's what where a consultation comes in. Partial. What's fair? I mean, because what can I truly get in there? All right. I'm going to want to do. See, like, everybody wants to do this section for sure. And I definitely need to put things here. Especially if they have bangs. If they have bangs, then you've got to do little bang foils. So right there, if you're going to do this and then like 1 or 2 bang foils, you've got 4 right there. Then figure 1, 2, 3 at least. So that's 6 more. 4, 5. So we're already up to like 7 or 8, 9 if you get another one in here. $10, $11, $12. I mean, if I said less than 20, because I'm not trying to get $140 out of everybody. I just want to make it clear that if I've got to use that many, I should be getting that, at least for the first time. If you come back and you're getting it again, I don't have to get it. You got to come back. And don't make me wait forever, because I might not have the place when you need to come back. wow, where is that at? I mean, I know where one of those is at, but I don't know where that other one is at. I mean, one of those is the street I grew up on, but I don't remember that particular road being a cross street. Okay, did you not? Hey, I put in Warren. I did not put in that. I said this. Search for this. I didn't say that. Fucking assholes. Don't give me the one I'm not fucking searching for. Okay, that is not. You've got the wrong thing then. Okay, it does say Detroit. All right. As I say, that's not the one I grew up on then, because it doesn't cross that. All right, it does say Detroit, not Warren. So I'm just not seeing it until I read it closer without my glasses on. Am I getting somewhere though? I tell you what, I am getting somewhere here. I'm feeling a lot better about this. I'd feel a lot better if I had some ice cream, but I don't have some ice cream, so I'll drink some coffee. It's not the same, but it's what I have. Little bit of music. Yeah, a little bit. You know. How about some shades of Michelangelo? I don't know, maybe. No, not right now. Well, you keep talking about how you want to listen to that when you're listening to it, and then you don't listen to it later on. Yeah, I know. Well, why are you doing that to her? I don't know. Well, why you keep saying I know and then you don't know? I don't know. What do you got on here? Oh, yeah. Yes, a song that talks about highlights. Never seen you looking so lovely as you do tonight. Never seen you shine so bright. Never seen so many people still if you wanted to dance. Looking for a little romance. Given half the chance. I've never seen you so willing. For the highlights in your hair catch the eyes. I've been blind. Lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. Nobody here. It's just you and me. It's where I wanna be. I hardly know this beauty by my side. Never forget the way you look tonight. Never seen you looking so gorgeous as you do tonight. Never seen you shine so bright. Amazing. Looking for you there by your side. You turned to me and smiled. You took my breath away. I've never had such a feeling of complete and utter love. You tonight, the lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's nobody here. It's just you and me. It's where I wanna be. I hardly know this beauty by my side. I'll never forget the way you look tonight. Never forget if doing the same. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go astray, even hurt and no. I went away, so you needed me so. I regret looking back knowing you. If you forget the love we once knew. Open up your eyes, then you realize, here I stand with my everlasting love. Need you by my side, girl, to be my bride. Never be a lost everlasting love. The very start, open up your heart. Part of everlasting love. I almost got it. Almost. Everlasting love. Everlasting love. We're bound to last forever. Open up your hearts and you realize here I stand with my everlasting love. Need you by my side, girl, to be my bride. Never be denied everlasting love. Oh, the very start, open up your heart. Here I stand with my everlasting love. Yeah, almost got it. Almost got that part. All right, time out there, Patty. Because we got to work here. All highlights or combo of whites and darks. I'm just gonna say less foils than less foils. Of highlights or a combo. let's see, 100 is second visit, or no. Return visit of of 120 option 1 if less than 12 weeks. Okay, I think what I'll do is what I wanted. I like the idea of a buddy system thing where you referred somebody, but the main thing, I need to have everybody keep their damn appointments though. I don't, if I do a BOGO and they don't both show up, you know, I mean, if it's like, I'll do 2 of you for 200, well, that don't work if only one shows up. You know, if I said, okay, one of you can come one day and one can come another day, well, that's not going to work if one of you cancels. And then I don't see the second one for like several weeks or ever. But I still want, I mean, I want their appointment, but if I have to wait, that doesn't help. Now keep in mind, I'm not using, I don't want to have to use deposits and crap. Okay? You know, I'm trying to avoid, if I'm going to deal with those people, they don't need to book me. I just say right on the thing, look, if you're somebody that I need a deposit for, don't bother asking. If you're going to keep canceling on me and not show up to your appointments, I gotta not book you. I get it. I want to work it out with you, but I have to. I mean, right now I don't have enough people to have a waiting list of people, and I never have. I've never been able to book somebody last minute like that when somebody cancels. I mean, it's very rare that I get. It's very rare that I'm already at the salon and somebody wants that spot that day. Unless I do some sort of gimmick or something. No pay, no say. Who wants it? And then I let them say anyway, and I don't do what I want to do. Or I do something that I want, or I choose the colors, but it wasn't what I meant to do, and then they're still like, "Oh, can I get something else?" Like, God damn it! I just there's too many times that I stop it. You're gonna win this time. I don't care about when you couldn't win. You're gonna win. Just keep working on this, because this is something. Those that get it will get it. Loyalty is its own reward. Bringing me people is its own reward. You don't have to tell them that if they bring X amount of people, you'll do their hair for free for life. You just wait until somebody does that and then you tell them. You get a Nicole on your hands. You don't need to post publicly about that. You just, hey. I mean, Jesus Christ, not only did Nicole refer all those people, but she washed my towels for me. She still paid when she brought her kids. And she didn't abuse me either with, oh, I want my hair done every week. No, she waited her like 12 weeks or so. And would let me practice curls and stuff, and she'd encourage me. Hey, we got some time today. Why don't you do a curl on me? And this is somebody that can barely sit very long because she's got some sort of nerve thing or something the doctors can't figure out. So she has a hard time sitting a very long time. Oh, and then she came and helped me paint the damn salon when I was trying to reopen. Yeah, most of that blue paint on the wall in there was her doing. I was doing the cutting in. She came in and just started busting out the damn wall. She never has to pay me. She should know that. I mean, I've told it to her, just, but that's a special person. You don't burn those bridges. I mean, hell, she's. I just, Anyway, yeah, Nicole's cool. I'm blessed. I'm not one of these religious people or anything. The way other people are religious, I prefer to have an open mind about it. Let's just say that. And I'm like, you know, I've never read a Bible, but hey, if God's up there, what if there is one God and it's every religion believes in the same one? They just call it something different. And their books all say something similar, but because of translations and whatnot, you know, nobody knows they're praying to the same damn God. We don't know. It's been too many years. We don't know what happened. We don't know who wrote what, how it got. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's like the rumor in a movie theater type thing or whatever. One end of the thing says, Johnny's got cooties, and by the time it gets to the other one, Johnny wants more popcorn. You know, and it's like rewriting the Bible and all that until they finally had a printing press and it's been translated from one language to another. And we're supposed to believe that certain things just were always there and not added in and translated and I mean there's right on Google. It's called Twisted Translations now, but she used to call herself Google Google Translate Sings or whatever. And she would feed song lyrics into the Google Translate, translate them into another language, translate them back to English, translate them back to another language, translate them back to English, and then she would sing the song the way that it got translated. It got to the point where she's even got like something with watermelon. Um, Gradually watermelon or something. She's also turned herself into a singer otherwise too, but anyway, that's just my point. We don't know who translated what. We don't know how. I think gradually watermelon was the quote, though, from one of them. And occasionally she would have, like, a guest singer if it was, like, a duet or something that she needed to sing. Like doing the, Do You Want to Build a Snowman, or was that a duet? Um, and anyway, that's the thing. Like, and dude, no, it can't wait. Okay, we did the 4th. The 4th happened. I went to my brother's house. I barely sat until like the last 10 minutes, killing my back. You know, it's like if I'm doing hair, I'll be fine. If I'm working at the grocery store, walking back and forth, I'll be okay, but except for my feet. But just fucking standing, doing nothing, kills my back and my feet. And it's like outside, standing for all that time. Thankfully, thankfully it was only a couple hours instead of getting there earlier, because I didn't realize that was one day late paying my cell phone, so that's why I wasn't getting his messages. So I didn't get down there until like almost 4 o'clock as it was. But then we were outside. I was standing around because there was only one chair out there, and I'm like, I don't know if my fat ass will sit in that thing without breaking it. Okay, let me see. Does it make sense? Or CENTS also? I need my pennies. No, I came up with the idea for it. There, I'm home right now. Did I show you yesterday? I don't know, but yeah, you know, he's. I mean, because I wasn't thinking about the. Uh, Well, I don't want to. No, no, no. See, you're getting too high on that. I don't want to be the $40 haircut. I don't want to be the $40 haircut. Not doing it. Maybe first visit if I'm going like cutting a whole lot or something, but I just I'm damn it, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to do $40 fucking haircuts. I'd love to get it, but I don't want to do that. I hate that shit. I don't mind being 30 because the cheap places are 20, 25, but damn it. Well, that's why I said 25. 25 is a good number. Jesus Christ, 25 for an hour of work is not, crazy. It's more than, $25 is already way up from what I'm getting at the goddamn grocery store for an hour of work. I'm making time and a half on that. Which I should for having a license and a was it an associate's degree in arts and science or something? Because that's basically what a cosmetology license gets me. Is it counts as an associate's degree in. Let me look that up. My cosmetology diploma says associate's degree on it. I don't think he under fucking stands. Oh, I must not have. I must not have posted the diploma thingy on here. When I went with my mom. Anyway, but it does say something like that on there. didn't ask that fucking shit. Does that mean I have an associate's degree even if I didn't go to a college? Ah, fuck you. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna go to some other job and be like, look, I got an associate's degree. That's requirements that you say you want for me to do this, right? I could be an art teacher. I mean, I don't know what the fuck they need for an art teacher. I'm just saying, it says that. I went for 1,500 hours of beauty school, and it says I got an associate's of arts and sciences or whatever the hell that was. Applied science. Yeah, I know how to squirt tubes in a bowl and add peroxide. And I know some things about pH and whether something's an acid or alkaline. I mean, it's just the whole planning for that. I mean, it's almost like what I'd have to do is try to go to the gas station and purposely get, if instead of getting like, pay cash and purposely stop at a certain, or take the money in and say, give me this much gas and then give me fives back. All right, I'm not even going to read what prices you wrote because I just, at least not necessarily, because you're too high, dude. That's not what I'm doing. I did not. That's why I'm not doing $20 intervals. You're too high on that. I'm never ever doing a kid's cut for 20. Ever. Not unless they go up to $40 somewhere. If all the cheapy places are suddenly charging $30 or $40 for a kid's cut, okay, I'll do mine for 20. But that's when everybody's minimum wage and all that goes up. I am not going to charge some struggling mother with 4 kids $20 per kid. I'm not doing it. Ever. I'm not doing it. Okay. Hear me out. Unless minimum wage goes up a bunch, or all the chain salons start charging $25 or more for kids cuts, I will never charge that much for a kids cut. I don't need to tell him that. I don't need to tell him that until I need to tell him, because right now I'm being angry about it. Let's not be angry about it. Let's just you saw that, you talked to yourself by doing that. That's fine. $40 for a search and snip ain't happening. I'll take a 20. I'll take a 20 and spend an hour looking at, give a good hour, looking at their hair. If they want a shampoo with that afterward or whatever, okay, fine. No biggie. If it's a trim and a search and snip combined, so what? I don't want to be about grabbing more money. It's not about nickel and diming people. It cannot be. I'm not going to have surprise charges. I mean, look at this. You're flattening everything at $20. That's not the idea. Having the change on me for haircuts is one thing. But I can't have $200 worth of 5s and 10s on me. I mean, I'm not doing hair every day, but if anything, I gotta somehow, because either I gotta leave that in the car or leave it, lock it up somehow in the salon suite. I mean, the door is supposed to be locked, but I don't want somebody that I don't know that's new in the thing know that I keep a cash box somewhere in there. I mean, it's one thing if, at the beginning of the day, I go and grab the cash and put it in my pocket, and then, at the end of the day, when nobody's there, put it back in my secret cash box. But I don't want anybody rocking my cash box. Look. Look. Just... You're screwing up my thing, okay? You are. You're screwing up my thing that I was trying to do. Because just making them all $20 fucking dollars, why am I bothering having a menu then? Then it's haircuts are 20. And fuck you if you're a kid. You ain't getting it cheaper. And that's the problem. I'm still working on this. I said it was a fucking draft. I'm really sorry about the language, folks. I really am. I'm just, I can't stop myself. Until this stuff works out, I'm gonna be angry. I have to believe in it. I gotta trust the process. I mean, here's the good news. I only have a couple of hours a week to even fill. So, if I get just a couple people, well, I'll fill those couple of spots. But at the same time, if I get too many wanting something and I don't have the times, and then they choose to not book with me, then I'm really going to be upset about that. It's like, great, I have all these people and can't fit them in, and then I'm going to be wanting to cut back on the grocery store, and then if I do that and try to say, hey, look, people, I got some times now, they're going to be like, oh, well, we went somewhere else. Forget you. And then I won't be able to get the grocery store back. I need to know what my when my personal days are, because I definitely need to take them like sooner rather than later. Usually I just like wait until December and say, hey, fill in my already days off and pay me for them. But in this case, I might need to just like every 3 weeks take a personal day just so I can have an extra salon day or just an off day. But we got to hire somebody at the damn grocery store. If the grocery store doesn't hire somebody and I get stuck working evenings or something and can't do anything, I'm gonna be maybe dead in the water. Well, anyway. Well, what did I do to it? Oh, I tapped on it or something. All right, well here, just save that. I gotta get going. Uh, Thank you to Esha Rose for dropping by, um, and Daniel, I believe, was here earlier. Everybody, check out his channel. And just thank y'all for joining in, whether you chat or not. Um, thanks for joining, watching, and it's much appreciated. Um, so I hope everybody has a good night and a good day, and hope to see y'all the next one you're able to make it to. Until then, bye bye. Uh, 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 no tangles. Keep shining. Bye bye for now.